guys, it is Ben, aka the Fuseboxx. It is time once again for us to review a comic. This time around, I am going to be reviewing Immortal Rising #1 by good old Aaron C. and Jose Garcia. I was very much looking forward to getting this book because of the incredibly hot blue lady in the bikini on the front. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a shot, check it on out. And yeah, this is a pretty good fantasy book, I'd say. I'm gonna say it's not top tier, it's not really Tolkien, but it's still very fun. I enjoy it a lot. The characters in it speak in a very modern way. This time around, I don't think I'm gonna really split it into positives and negatives. I'm just gonna give a little brief summary of it, and then I'll talk about what I liked and didn't like, kind of intermittently. It's gonna be a little chaotic. We're gonna get a little crazy today. So, Immortal Rising #1 kicks off in Alfheim, realm of the elves. You probably recognize that from Norse mythology. A group of elves that are escorting a couple of elvish princes. They're going on a ceremonial boar hunt and then are going to meet up at a party. But then a crazy twist of fate in the universe occurs, as our boys are whisked away to a completely new world with humans that is also ruled by the undead and werewolves. It's nightmaric, it's chaotic, it might as well be called New York City. And we have got a mysterious, sexy blue lady who is preparing to wage war on this world, looking for a piece of Locutus. Locutus is the god that created all of these worlds and realms, the entire universe. This is essentially the kickoff to this saga. Now, I'll say, well, let me go through what I like first. I might as well just stick to format and do positives and then negatives, Screw it. I changed my mind midway through the video. Deal with it. So for the positives, I'm gonna say that I really love the animation style. Normally, I'm not really super big on kind of that rough-looking interior work, but this time around, it's sold. And in particular, I find the action scenes very compelling because it's almost as if the artist himself is amping up the energy of the scene through his style. It's like the lines get a little more blurry. It gets a little harder to see certain things. It ramps up the tension. It ramps up the feeling of anxiety. I enjoy that quite a bit. I also really enjoy the casual modern day language between the characters. Most of the time with fantasy stories, it seems like people are trying to sound like they're either Shakespearean or old world English, kind of a little too high and mighty. This time around, the characters seem very natural. It's almost as if this is a fantasy circa 2025 without the cringy shit. And yeah, I like the way the characters interact. I like the way they flow together. And I also really enjoy, this is one of the few books I've read where they are not front-loading the exposition. The exposition comes in perfect intervals within the story. The story is being told and you are learning everything you need to know as it's going along through the dialogue, through the action, just the way it's supposed to be done. Very, very big kudos to our boy Aaron, because I have been waiting to see that forever. I've been dying for it. But we gotta talk about a few negatives. Gotta get that constructive criticism in. Now, as for the negatives of this, I will say there were a couple of moments in particular where I noticed that in order to give us exposition, they fell into the trap that I see a lot of writers fall into, which is, as you know, such and such and such. If a character says, as you know, before stating something, right off, that is a big no-no. Basically, that's not the character talking to another character, that's the character talking directly to the reader and telling them what they need to know. That's a cheap way out. I would say utilize either flashbacks or find another way to work it into a conversation organically. I would recommend having a character who does not know these things, that needs to have it explained to them if you want to go the route of explaining. But this is a visual medium, so I would recommend finding ways to show us what they're talking about in terms of past information. And I would say that this story is split into two stories, although the second story is much shorter, and I could not tell if this was supposed to be a prequel or if this was supposed to be happening concurrently with the main story. I have no idea. The artwork looks great, but at the same time, there's so much going on in it that I was really having trouble following it. So yeah, I would say that's a little bit of a mark against it, not a big one. Yeah, I think that's pretty much got it in terms of positives and negatives. You know, this review seems to be a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, but really, yeah, I don't really have many complaints. I like where it's going. It's clear that this is supposed to be a part of a series, and this was the setup for it. Yeah, I would say that in the beginning of the story, as I was reading it, I was feeling a little bit like, oh god, okay, I think this is feeling a little predictable. I think I know where this is going. But then about 2/3 of the way through, it kind of caught me by surprise. I was like, oh god, I didn't know where it was going. Oh, this is interesting. I like this. It's a fun surprise, and it's obviously kicking off the saga. So I am looking forward to Immortal Rising number 2. It has not launched yet, I believe. I would urge you all to follow Immortal Rising on Twitter. Be on the lookout for when Aaron decides to launch issue number 2. Get in on that. I definitely will be. I'm stoked. So yeah, good job, buddy. Excellent beginning. For those of you who do not know, Outlaw Nights issue number 2 is still currently in demand on Indiegogo, and it is still available on Fund My Comic. So click on the link in the description of this video, get yourself a copy of Outlaw Nights. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. If you like pirates, awesome action, alcohol, sexy looking people, we got it all for you. So yeah, if you like anything I had to say, go ahead and hit the like button, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, be sure to hit the bell for notifications, and hell, if you didn't like anything I had to say, if this review was just a waste of your time, if you just can't stand me, go ahead and hit the dislike button. Because whether you like me or hate me, it really doesn't matter because it feeds me. This is YouTube, friends. We are all attention whores here. Thank you so much for joining me once again, ladies and gentlemen, and I will talk to you all later.